The question is, in which order do the electron fill the orbitals of an atom? So first electron will go to 1s, then it will go to 2s, then 2p, 3s, 3p, then it will go to 4s, and from 4s it should go to 3d. This cannot be an answer. So then 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3d. So that is a mistake. It won't go to 3d. It will go to 3p. Then 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. This is a mistake. So D will be the right answer. Moving on to the next question. So this is about the mass spectrometer. That will be our next topic. We'll discuss in detail. The atomic radius of potassium is larger than sodium because the potassium has, what is the reason for that? So atomic radius of a potassium is larger than of a sodium. So what is the reason? Uh, Larger nuclear charge. So even though it's a larger nuclear charge, but that is not a reason for that. Large nucleus, that's also again not a more occupied electron shell, because like in a potassium we have 2881, wherein sodium we have 28 and 1. So there are more occupied electron shells in case of potassium as compared to sodium. That's why C is the correct answer for this. Is it clear, this one? Okay, moving on to the next question. Question 4. An ion of element X contains 36 electron. In which block, when you work out a block is for element, not for ions. Okay. So first you have to make how many electrons will be there in an atom of X, and then from the configuration you can identify. So what could be the answer for this? Because an ion X negative charge is 36 electron. So if it was an atom, it will have how many electron? It will have 35 electrons, because with the charge of a negative one means it has additional one electron. So the total sum, including the additional one, is 36. So how many electrons will be there in atom of X? So whenever you identify the block of an element, it's always for atom, not for ions. Because in the periodic table, we don't represent the ions, we represent the atoms. So the configuration will be what? It will be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, so 3p5, 3p6, 4s2. So we arrange 20. Because like when electrons are going, then we'll have 3d. So it will be 3d, then 30 we arrange. And then we'll have 4p, and maximum it can have 6, but we are left with only 5 of the electrons. So it means that it belongs to the p block element, or it's a p block element. Question 5. Which of the following graphs not drawn to scale best represent the trend in the melting point of element across the period? What generally happens for a melting point? It increases for the first four and then it decreases. So, which graph is best representation of the melting point? Remember, when we move from group 1 to group 4, it increases. In the first three, like when we move across the period, the element will have a group 1 element, then group 2 and 3. So they have a melting point, and melting point increases because like they will have a metallic bond, and due to the presence of a metallic bond, the stronger attraction is there as the ions are smaller. And then it decreases because of simple molecular structure. So what could be the answer for this? Temperature melt. So first it increases of 4 and then it decreases. This is wrong because first it is decreasing. This is why also wrong. This is also wrong because it is continue to increase. Like it should decrease because we have a simple molecular structure, group 5, group 6, and here the melting point is decreasing. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following ions have the smallest radius or smallest ionic radii? So for this, you have to know the proton number. Like in the exam, you will have the periodic table. Right now, I'm telling this will have 9 proton. This will have 12 protons, 11 proton, and 8 proton. To have a smallest radii, it should have more proton than electron, so stronger nuclear charge or stronger attraction. So for this one, magnesium has 12 proton. Like here, 9 protons are pulling 10 electron. Here, 12 protons are pulling 10 electron. 9 proton, like sodium is 11 protons are pulling 10 electron. Here, 8 protons are pulling 10 electrons. So, which will have the strongest attraction? Magnesium will have the strongest attraction because it is smaller in, like greater charge is there and smaller in size, so it will have the maximum attraction. So, B will be the right answer. Bond angles we'll do next. This will be our topic, but not the next topic. Which row in a table shows the number of proton, neutron, electron in fluoride ion? So fluorine has a charge of minus and atomic number is 9. And using a periodic table, nucleon number is 19. Just use the chat to answer. How many protons are there? There are 9 protons. 19 minus 9, 10 neutron. And how many electron? The charge is -1, so there will be 10 electron. So protons are 9, neutrons are 10, and electrons are also 10. So it matches with option D. About the mass spectrum, that's our next topic. In which group of the periodic table is this element belongs to? And we have the successive ionization energies are given to us. Like when we remove first electron, how much energy is needed to second, third, fourth, and so on. So why C is the right answer in this case? Because C 1086, 2353, 4600, 6200, and then there's a very big jump. It means all these electrons were removed from the last shell. So how many electrons were removed from the last shell? It means 4 electrons were removed from the last shell. That's why the atomic number, like the group number, is equals to 4. Is it clear, this one?